Begin with that breaking news in Camarillo. A SWAT team has surrounded the house of the gunman accused of opening fire at an Orange County bar last night. Assignment Manager Mark Liu has been following the situation since SkyCal arrived overhead, and he's live at the desk right now with details. Good morning.
Good morning, Rachel. You know, one of the things we've been doing here at the desk is looking into the background of the shooter, 59-year-old John Snowling. And part of it was we tracked down where he lived in the city of Camarillo. So a little while ago, we decided to send SkyCal out to see if there was a crime scene investigation at the home there. And when we arrived, we found something rather startling. Let me take you out to live pictures of SkyCal right now. Instead of seeing a crime scene investigation team there, we found a special weapons team from the Orange County Sheriff's Department that had their guns trained on the home. Now, we've been watching their operations out there with SkyCal for about the last 45 minutes, and it's very clear that they have not yet made entry into this home to see what was inside. And we have some video of what kind of things they were doing there. Just a little while ago, we saw three members of the special weapons team head to the rear of the home and use this stick device to actually break the window here. And I was a little bit confused as to why they were breaking the window, because after they did this, they actually didn't make entry into the home. So I was wondering if they were simply looking into the rear of the home or what, but I can tell you just in the last 5 minutes, the reason that they were breaking the window here to the home of the shooter is because they sent a drone in there. There was an aerial drone that they launched from that black van that they arrived in. It's very small. It has a camera on it, and we saw it with SkyCal sort of fly over to the rear of the house and make its way into the home. So clearly what they are doing is they are taking an enormous amount of precaution before searching this home to make sure that there isn't anything in there that's dangerous, and they are using that unmanned aerial drone to search through this home to see what they see inside. I expect later they are going to make entry into that home and search it in a more thorough way. But this is all just sort of the culmination of what we have been doing to research the background into this man, suspected the shooter, John Snowling. And I can tell you a little bit more about what we have learned so far. Now, earlier we had gotten the name from law enforcement but couldn't confirm it. That changed this morning when the Orange County District Attorney's Office talked to me on the phone and did confirm that it was a man named John Snowling. Now, working off that information, we learned that he was possibly connected to law enforcement, very likely in Ventura County. Now, last night, my colleague Mike Rogers, he started calling around. He called the Ventura County Sheriff's Department. They said, nope, he didn't work for us, but calls to another police agency yielded the answer. Mike Rogers found out that Ventura City Police employed John Snowling for over 30 years. From 1984 to 2014, he worked for the department and attained the highest rank of sergeant. Now, a public record search of the same name says that maybe after he retired from Ventura City PD, he got a private investigator's license in 2015. And a property record search says that he did live here at this home in Camarillo that we just showed you. By the way, Rachel, that's 100 miles from the shooting scene down at Cook's Corner in Trabuco Canyon. Now, the property records also indicate that Snowling has a wife and 2 adult children, a son and a daughter. Now, later this afternoon, we expect the Orange County Sheriff's Department to hold a news conference at about 3 p.m., giving a whole lot more information, including an update about what they are doing here at the house and what they found inside. When that news conference happens, we are definitely going to bring it to you. Until then, that's the latest from the desk. Rachel, I'll send it back to you.